Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching. My name is Samuel Olekanma. I hope you can hear me very well. A couple of days ago, I promised my co-worker that I'll be shooting a video or some training, and I'm trying to fulfill that promise by just shooting just one few minutes. I'm gonna be very quick on this one. It's a lot of information to share. It's a lot of nugget, a lot of knowledge. But I'm gonna make it very quick because most people don't have a time. I know you don't have a time. Your time is precious, but I promise you, you will learn something from this. I tend to share something that is reasonable, something that is you can benefit from. I tend to share something that is worth your time. My intention is not to waste your time. Before I proceed, like I said, I'm gonna be very quick. I'm gonna say I'm a veteran correction officer. Before I came to the DPSSC, I was a correction officer in DC for 5 years. That correction officer is now a private correction officer called CCA. I was there for 5 good years before coming to DOC, Department of Public Safety and Correctional Services. Total combined service is over 25 years, if I may put it in years. 5 years with the DC and 20 years with the Maryland. But I don't brag about it. I don't say it much. Sometimes people don't even know. So I think I have quite a lot of knowledge. I think I do. It is open to debate. Well, for those who want to argue about it. Again, to proceed, I am not speaking on behalf of anybody. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not an accountant. I'm nobody. In fact, don't believe anything I'm saying. I'm doing this only for entertainment purposes only. This is a disclaimer. Okay? So that before you don't say, Olekanma said this, Olekanma said that. I did not say anything. I'm just entertaining. Just a quick disclaimer. Okay? I just want to put it out there. But however, if you spend some few minutes with me in this video, I'm gonna make sure that your time is worthwhile. Okay, like I said, it's gonna be very quick. One nugget. It's a lot, but I'm gonna pick one every week or every whatever I'm gonna make time opportunity to do this thing. I'm gonna pick one every day. The one I'm gonna share today is that it may try to divide us. Yes, it may try to divide us. When I mean us, I'm talking about correction officers. Sometimes I go very detailed. Sometimes I assume that most people watching this, it doesn't know. So if I'm going very detailed, like explaining what a correction officer is or what an inmate is, do not think it's redundant. It's just like I'm trying to make sure everybody grabs what I'm trying to say. Okay? So I may be able to be redundant and go into something minute that you may think, well, we already know this. Why are you telling us that? I'm just trying to make a point. To get a foundation, make sure everybody is on the same page before I proceed to the advanced one. Like I said before, I'm picking only one today. And I'm going to try to concentrate, even though I may try to jump around sometimes, but I may try to concentrate on one. So the one is that the psychological effect where the manipulation that I said a couple of days ago that he made, you see, they try to divide us. Inmate will come to you and say, well, so officer is doing this. So officer is doing that. They say that a lot. That's a manipulation. Sometimes it's true, sometimes it's not. If another officer is doing something wrong, that doesn't mean we have to do it. Inmates use that to try to break us. And why did the manipulation come in? The manipulation come in the fact that they want you to do what the other officer is doing. When they say, well, officer is doing this, officer is doing that, sometimes they are saying the truth. You have to be you. You don't have to do just because the officer is doing something wrong. Okay? And they do this to draw attention. And sometimes I give examples. And again, I'm going to say about the disclaimer is that sometimes what I'm saying here may not be applicable, or even it may seem like if I'm naming somebody, or it may resemble somebody the description may match somebody you know. Everything I'm saying here is fictitious. I'm not mentioning name. The policy of the agency is that you don't take what is in the jail to outside. Everything I'm saying is based generally. I may pick it from the book I read. I may pick it from experience I have in DC. It doesn't have to, it's not applicable to anybody currently. If it does seem to be something that somebody you know, whatever, it's just by coincidence. It's not that person that I'm doing, so that you don't say I'm naming somebody or I'm describing somebody. It's just a coincidence. I'm not naming anybody. If it just matches, it's just randomly. Okay? You can see I have experiences from Africa. I have experience in correctional Africa. I came to DC, have a physical, so I read some book of correctional officer. I have experience in DOC. So all I'm saying is based on all these years. It could come from any angle. So don't think it's just because of one person that you send, but it's applicable generally to most institutions. Okay? So they want to force you by making you compete with the other corrupt or whatever officer who is doing what they like. So when they come to you and say, so you're doing this, so you're doing that, why is it only you? They want you to bend. Just know that it's a manipulative strategy. They want you to bend to their whims, to their desire, so that even though of them are doing that, you don't have to do it. As long as you're doing something right. But when they say that, they're just trying to break you. It's a break point to make. I remember typically one officer, when I was working in the agency in DC. This officer, every now and then, whenever there is a food, he will make sure he will go to the officer's dining room and carry food to the inmate. He will make it. Sometimes I wonder why he does this. Every time he is obligated, he make it as if it's a duty to go to the officer ODR dining room, grab food for the officers, 5 or 6 packets, even walk straight to the housing unit and give it to the inmate. And he does it with pride. He does it as if he's doing a service. And what does that happen? That's creating a tension. And if you are another officer that came to that unit to work and you can't do those, when inmate comes to you, but so officer is doing this, so officer is doing this, and if you can't do that, that creates some kind of, you see where I'm going? Tension between you and the inmate, because somebody else probably doing what he's not supposed to do. But you don't have to. I trust you. If you don't do it, it will still stand. You may have a rough time though in that unit, because now you're doing what other people are not doing. It happens a lot. It's manipulation. They do it. Few officers will do it just to get an easy assignment, so that they say they live in. Even I confronted one of those officers and asked him, why are you doing this? You know, most of you know already, I'm very bold sometimes, especially when I'm trying to find it. I asked him, you know what he asked me? Yeah, you have to remember that you going home today. I mean, and because you are going home today, is because those inmates let you go home. Just to remember that coming here and going home because inmates let. I was like, what has that got to do with bringing food? They are being fed. They have their own ODR. They have their own kitchen. Why can't they grab the food in their own kitchen? Why do you have to feed them extra from the officer? Mm. Doesn't mean you're going home today because they let you go home. That's a perception. That's the officer you're working with. That's how we meant grab them. They do that. They do this manipulation in all kinds of, because I already got that one. Sometimes they do it on a female officer. Say, so you're doing this. I remember a couple of times I've seen the incident. A female officer started a job very strong, very tough, following procedures strictly by the rules. Over a period of time, that female officer ended up, in fact, even sleeping with an inmate. Started tough cop, but ended up sleeping with an inmate. Why? Because they break her. Every day they speak the word. Every day they speak the word. Every day they speak. Let me tell you something about word. That's even another concept I don't want to bring to it. Let me just touch it a little bit. When somebody keep talking to you something negative every day talk negative. Yes, you know it's negative. No, it doesn't apply to you. But there's a word I call a residue of that word in you. Residue is like if a powder pour on your finger and you clear the powder is gone. In that your hand, there's still a residue of that powder, even though you have already cleaned the powder. So that's what I mean residue. When a word is spoken to you, even though it doesn't have, you know it's wrong. You know, they say, Olekanma is the Olekanma. Subconsciously, it's already sticking. And over a period of time, you start doubting yourself. That word start penetrating. These people say, I'm an asshole. Maybe it looks like I'm an asshole. I'm just giving a hypothetical. I'm not an asshole. And most people, you know, I'm not hopefully so. I'm just giving an example. Keep calling somebody an asshole, you know it's not asshole. But over a period of time, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, that residues, because that's the way our mind works. You finally say, I've heard about this, and probably this what they are saying is true. Before you know it, you start behaving like an asshole. That's what happened with the female officer coming into the jail. I see a lot of them. Tough cop. Every day they start talking to them. They start with their dress, they start with their shoe, they start with their wig. Nice. It can be a nice word, it can be, but again, most likely it's going to be something enticing and make them feel good. Small by small, small by small, small by small. All of a sudden, that tough female officer start bending. At the end, you won't see the tough again. It becomes pro-inmate. Manipulation. I will focus on this later a little bit. It happens to both men. They can see you maybe wearing an eyeglass. They see, they love you, whatever eyeglass. Oh, they love this cute eyeglass. It can be positive and can be negative. Positive is for you. What's my word? Positive is for you to bend, to like them. Because all their game is for you, for them to gain something from you. And negative is for you to be angry and probably change from what you are doing to be doing favor to them. Sometimes the inmate will team up. One will push you to the negative by saying angry stuff or something that will provoke you to anger. Another one will say something nice. The intention of the one pushing you to the negative is to push you towards the positive one so that you can align with the positive one. Even though technically both of them are working together, when they push you to the positive one, then you succumb to the bend and start favoring But indirectly, the one pushing you to saying the negative is also benefiting because it's just a strategy. Either way, they get what they want. Either they get it positively or they get it negatively. I will expand on that later. It's also manipulation. So you see what I'm saying? It's all about dividing us, correction officer, and getting their wish, breaking us, breaking us. They have the time. They don't have anything else but the time. You see what I'm saying? So I just wanna, even it happen across the field. It goes across, but again, I'm trying to limit it, but I will make it general just in case. Sometimes even a supervisor, or I don't know whether it can be a supervisor or a housewife can do this or whatever. Okay, let's use a supervisor. Can make it can be manipulative in any angle, but just watch the system. They will know pretty much that, let's say somebody is not qualified for a post, somebody cannot work the unit, or somebody is not entitled to be promoted. What they do, they promote that person with intention of making other people to admire that person that was promoted and trying to comply to the decision and the policies of the person that promote the persons. All about is just to gain control. They know somebody's wrong, he cannot perform, but they gave him the thing anyway because they want you to go to them, the source that promoted that person, to succumb to their whims so that they can give you, they use that post as a bet. If you want that, you come and do what you want. They do that a lot, even assignment of posts. Sometimes you see a wrong people in a position, in place they're not supposed to be. It's a bet. They just want to draw envy for those who are qualified there, to break you, to come back to them, the people that gave them, so that if you, I guess you're getting it. Manipulation. I think his time is up. I just want to be very quick on this one alone. The one of female telling breaking officers to get their whims and whips. I hope these few minutes make a sense. I'll see you next time. Take care.